Zombie Strike, one of Nerf's most innovative series. Frankly, I don't think it gets enough love. I mean, granted, lots of people like it, but I don't think it gets enough credit for just how much it introduced. Like hammer action, shells, lever action, weirdness. There's a lot of weirdness in the series. So today, I'm going to be doing a look back on the series. Showing the blasters that I have, and every blaster in the series. No reskins. Okay? No reskins. There's a lot of reskins in this series. I'm not counting those, because that's pointless. They're not zombie strike. So anyways, let us begin. The hammer shot. Everybody's favorite pistol. Can be modded to bad place and back, and it is just amazing. Hammer action, meaning one-handed action. Super fast reloading to the front facing turret, cylinder, whatever you want to call it. You can make it hit up to 200 FPS. You can make it have a 32-shot barrel, or like 108 shots if you use those foam paintballs. And you can make it have 8 shots. You can make it shoot mega. It's not perfect though. The ergonomics could use some work, but lots of people really like them. I like them. I like it a lot. It's just a great pistol. It's just good. What can I say? What can I say about the hammer shot that hasn't already been said? Moving on. The sledge fire. A break action, shell-fed shotgun with ejecting shells, 3-shot action. It really is just a whole package. You can make it hit up to really flippin' hard. And it's just, you can make it shoot anything with the 3D printed shells, like I have right here. Since it's modified, it can't shoot the original shells, but just BAM! They also don't fit in the stock anymore. But the sledge fire is just a great shotgun. You can use it for whatever you want. It can shoot anything that can fit in the shell, or anything that can't fit in the shell if you want to extend the barrel. It can hit incredibly hard, massive thunder tube, incredible, and it's super easy to prime due to the lever that primes it. It's really good. Alright, this is the first one that I don't know. The crossfire bow. It's a 4 smart AR pullback crossbow thing. It's not very good. You can use it for integrations and stuff. And it's actually really comfortable. It has a good feel, but it's just kind of pointless. I mean, I guess that's kind of what Zombie Strike's about. This was one of the first smart AR blasters, but it's just kinda pointless. Moving on. The double strike. 2 shots, smart AR hammer action blaster. It's basically a 2-shot hammer action jolt. This thing has an incredibly stiff prime for a stock blaster because it has such a small plunger tube. They had to compensate by using a really strong spring in it. Prime it back. And it sounds pretty dang neat. It's super small. You can spin it around. It's neat. It's good. Good. Alright, the fuse fire. I don't own this one because I don't own any vortex blasters or vortex discs. And this thing is apparently super expensive because it's really cool. You load some discs into the back, you pull it back, and you fire it. Repeatedly. I don't know how it works. Apparently it works really well though. I wouldn't be one to judge. I'm not a huge user of Vortex. But apparently it works well. It doesn't really have mod potential because it's a Vortex blaster, but yeah. Sure, it's cool. Alright, the Ricochet and the Rip Shot. These two are kind of garbage. They were just put on the shelves to keep Vortex alive. But can you really call yourself alive if the only thing keeping you alive is the Ricochet? No, yeah, okay, it's a single shot. You put the disc in, you pull it back, you fire it. The proton already exists, and it was way better. Why? Why? Okay, moving on. The side strike. This was a slide action, pull back single shot that came with a holster. The holster was actually pretty nice. It worked well. I don't own it, but you know, it's cool. It's only single shot and you can't really mod it due to the offset priming, but it has a holster and it works well. That's cool. All right, this is the fun one, the sling fire. You pull back the lever, load in a magazine, and fire. This thing is amazing. You can put metal gears and a metal priming bar in it to get it to shoot really hard. You can make it shoot half darts, so you can get this thing pretty hard. And you can do tricks with it. It makes you feel like a cowboy. It's just, what can I say? It's a fun blast. Oh, and the magazine drops out really nicely. Sling fire. Ah, the Flip Fury. It's basically two strong arms that are stuck together. You can't really mod it just like a strong arm, but it flips. That's why it's called the Flip Fury. And it's fun. Rattle off shot, switch it around. Yeah, it's good. It's a good loader blaster because it's just front loader. Yeah, it's good. It's good. The Doominator. This thing apparently I've never owned one. I've only ever found one at Goodwill, and it was missing one of the turrets, and the grip was broken off. That gives a pretty good summary of its quality. I've heard that it did not work very well. I cannot vouch for that, but you know, it was a cool design if it worked. You got 4 cylinders and pump action. You can switch the priming thing on. Never have that priming bar because it just screws off, but you know, whatever. That's the Doominator. Apparently it was a huge disappointment. I don't know. I've never owned. The Silent Strike is a blowgun. It's nothing else. You load the thing in, it has sling mounts. It's a blowgun. What else can I say? The Brain Saw has a flippin' foam chainsaw in it that you can pull back and it spins and you can just. It's really cool. There's nothing I can say about it. Oh, and it's basically a rough cut, but it's not a shotgun. You pump it and then you fire it 1 dart at a time. It's really cool! And for what I've used, it's really fun. I don't know. I want to own one, but I don't. The Crosscut. Basically a direct prime double strike with a little spinny foam chip blade on it. It's cool! You know, you can upgrade just like a Night Finder. You know, it's decent. The Clampdown is a Jolt reskin. Nerf Wiki put it on the. Okay, it's a Jolt reskin. It's a Jolt. Who cares? The Dreadbolt. This thing is really big. It's fun though. Aside when it doesn't load properly. Oh, there it went. It loaded properly. Doesn't fire great. You can't really mod it because it's a stringer. I mean, you can tighten the string up a bit and remove the locks, but it's really just a gimmick for shooting arrows. But it's a fun gimmick. Yeah. This is why a lot of people don't like this blaster. It's fun though. It's really fun. Moving along. The Outbreaker Bow is a strong arm. with no slam fire. I think. I don't think it has slam fire. I don't know. I have never seen it. I have never met anyone who owns this thing. I didn't even know it existed. The Rev Reaper is really stupid. But it's so much fun. This is gonna be really loud. And I stole the dark version. Whatever. I didn't actually have the original one because I found this at Goodwill. I used the banana rack. Sue me. This is a manual flywheeler. When you pump it, it revs up the flywheels and sends out a pusher arm to push in a dart. It's really interesting, and it's fun. Because the harder you rev it, it goes faster. So, one annoying thing though is that the jam door doesn't have a lock on it, so yeah. The Rip Chain. Nobody talks about this blaster. It's one of like the few chain-fed Nerf blasters, and the chain-fed Nerf brand blasters. Nobody talks about it because it didn't feed all that well and didn't have great performance. It's a pump-action chain-fed that didn't work really well. Moving on. The Wrath Bolt is a tiny dread bolt. That's it. That's the Wrath Bolt. Nothing else I can say. The tiny dread bolt, you have the manual bolt that you put it in, it worked a little bit. It's a tiny dread bolt. What do you want me to say? The Quadra is a tiny crossfire bow. No, literally. It's a direct prime for Smart AR, but it's tiny. It's a decent pistol. What do you want me to say? It's boring. The Alternator. Pull it back, it fires 1 dart, you move it up, pull it back, it fires 2 darts, pull it back, it fires 3 darts. Sure, it didn't work all that well. This is kind of what Zombie Strike turned into near the end of its days. Just a bunch of stuff. It didn't really work all that great. Yeah. The Ghoul Grinder is pointless. It's a bolt on left. It's a bolt action, but the bolt's only on the left side. Cylinder that rotates this way instead of this way. It's 10 shots. I don't know the point of this. Why am I doing this video? For some reason, the Contractor's not on this list. Here's the Contractor. It wasn't on the Nerf Wiki for some reason. It's an 8-shot cylinder-fed pump action with lightning sounds. Who cares? Hey, you forgot the Revoltinator. I did. Wait, why wasn't that on the Nerf Wiki either? What's happening? Oh, sorry. The Revoltinator is a stripe with lights and sounds that came with painting my magazine. It's pretty cool. It's fun. You can paint it to look really nice. Sure. Now on to sub-series. Yeah, you thought it was done, but it's not. We have the Abolisher and the Eraser. These things are super soakers with a ham. Who cares? Nobody cares about these things. They're pointless. Okay. I had to do that series just for that. The Scavenger. This thing is flippin' massive. It's basically a sling fire with a bunch of attachments. You got a little light. You got a little scope that looks amazing. You got a suppressor that looks awesome. And it works not well. It has terrible ergonomics. But it has slam fire. You flip the switch and then. But the prime is so horribly stiff and just sounds like it's going to die. It doesn't feel good to use. But There was one good thing as a part of this. In this stock, there's a jolt. Oh, what is this jolt? It's a 2-shot jolt that came with the Scavenger. I like to call it the Scavenger jolt. It's a 2-shot jolt. Cool. Cool. Moving on. The nail biter is a double action blast springer that you don't see very often. You pull the massive trigger and it fires, and it indexes the clip and fires one dart. It's cool. I don't own one, but I kind of want to. It looks cool. Didn't have great performance, but you know, it's good. It's really good. And that's a look back at the Zombie Strike series. It's a mixed bag towards the end, but at the beginning it had some really good stuff. Zombie Strike is interesting. It introduced so many things in the Nerf lineup, but by the end it was just kind of gimmicky garbage that didn't really work all that well. I probably missed some blasters, since the Revoltinator and the Contractor weren't on there. Means I probably missed some more. Yeah, that's the end though. See ya.